Hi! Oh, I'll turn my lights on, shall I? So you can see my face. Hello! My name is Bulamatari, and you are here for Bulamatari's Paint Club. Welcome to everyone. This is a place where we paint some Warhammer. I am joined by the Badger.
I am here. Greetings.
So, without further ado, what are you painting today, Badger?
Today I have gone a bit very different, and I got myself some dirty eldar Xenos. So I will be painting a Wraith Lord tonight.
Xena scum!
Exactly. Dirty heresy.
I am getting some boring work done today. I'm going to be painting an enormous amount of Tau Drones. So there we go. Bees! I'm going to get a gun drone and a shield drone for every crisis suit and every and me fire warriors. So there's my instructions. Always good to have instructions. But before we stick it together, I'm going to paint the bits we need.
Well, I just had to have a bit of a Dickens at the instructions for my things, because there are a few parts on this which I wasn't sure of.
Yeah. I might get the turret done as well, actually, while I'm here. Might as well. So how's your week been?
My week has been very full of overtime.
So
it has been a touch tiring.
I've noticed you've not been on much this week.
Yes, as I've either been dead to the world asleep or, what do I say, busy with work.
Oh, Snooglyphin, painting some blue boys with us. Some blue boys, as in the orcs. We've seen some of these. Do you want us to show off your new paint scheme? He sent us a couple of pictures yesterday. I can do if you like. Can do, he doesn't mind. Happy days. Let me just cue the picture up. Oh, that's the wrong kind of blue boy. Ah, there we go. Lovely.
Post my Space Marines by accident.
Nearly. There you go. There's the WhatsApp screen. I'll see if I can get it a little bit. Yeah. Let's see. A little bit taller. There we go. That's more like it, isn't it? Look at that boy. Whoa.
Good stuff.
If Braveheart was an orc, he'd talk like this. Whereas there's the blue boys I was looking at. That's Badger's blue boys.
Yeah, I did a few more.
Oh, there's
Space Marines the other night.
There's an orc mega knob. Look at that boy there. Whoa, that's a big gun. A big shooter.
All the shooters strapped together.
And these are my Tau boys that I've done so far. Well, there's another crisis suit over there. But pretty much, I'm only 3 away from having a full squad there, which is quite nice.
Quite a nice bit of progression so far there, dude.
Yeah, and there's your, that's what Badger's painting today. That's not the paint scheme you're going for, is it?
Which one?
The red and white one.
Oh yes, that will be the paint scheme.
Oh, it is the paint scheme.
The Saiyan is the paint scheme that I'm going to be doing. Because that is, I mean, I can show you, because we still have some of the other models that we had. But
yeah, let me get back to. Oh, very nice. Actually, that looks really nice.
We had, that was the colour scheme of War Richard's Eldar army before it fell into disrepair, and then I managed to actually snag quite a few years ago the last box set that they sold in store for the Wind Rider host, which gave me 9 of those jet bikes.
Nice.
A Viper jet bike and the Warlock on the jet bike, so I kind of got away with that one. Quite
awesome.
happily.
Oh, I don't have a shield drone apparently. This is this is a Guardian drone, whatever that is.
I think the Guardian drone might be one which increases firepower, like it increases the range of the Tau that it's linked to.
Okay.
The shield drones look like Cloud City. They've just got like a little bobbly bit on the bottom.
Yeah.
Like
I'm looking at the different variations now. I thought it'd done a drone. Okay, I think I just saw the word Guardian and thought that's Shield Guardian. You know.
It's got to be Shield right there.
Yeah.
It's got the word Guardian.
I might do a Guardian drone and a Shield drone for
Fire Warriors.
Fire Warriors, and then do a gun and a shield for the others. Snooglyphin says different kind of blue boys, long range pansy boys. Oh yeah.
The blue of skin.
I did see your message before, but Badger was in the middle of describing things. So I've got new brushes. Nice point on that there. Oh.
Tasty.
I've got a big fat one now, so I can paint at speed.
Unlike my brushes, which are somewhat not pointy, Dave.
You get the better results out of them, man. So don't worry about that.
So I use my dyeing brushes for different things.
So yeah, have you played any games this week? I know you've been busy.
I haven't really played much of anything. I've continued on with a bit of jolly fun times on Valheim, but
Oh yeah,
I haven't really been on the PC that much to play proper games, which is annoying because there's a lot of stuff that I wanna play.
Yeah, there is one.
Just don't have the time.
There's one game in particular I've played this week that I've put a lot of hours into. I actually couldn't resist playing it off stream, so I've had to make an extra save file, which is nice that you can do that. But
Loop Hero.
It is. I had a stream of it on Saturday. I'd sneakily played it before Saturday, but I didn't make much progress at all. And then I had the stream on Saturday and was like, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to resist playing this all week." So
I saw the start of that stream. I think I saw the start of that stream before I had to go to work, and it was like, "Oh, I really want to watch this," but
well, the VOD's still there, and it's up on YouTube if you want to if you've got a few hours to kill.
I probably will tonight.
Nice.
After the streams.
Much appreciated. So yeah, there's that. That's such a good game. It's got a really addictive gameplay loop. That was terrible. But yeah, it's just so nice. It's like that perfect sweet spot between like a really complicated, like
micromanagement.
Yeah, micromanagement. Just a really interesting sort of stat system, and being simple enough to just sort of switch your brain off to. So
it looks like it's a very good drop in, drop out. You know, I've got like 2 hours to crunch.
Yeah, it doesn't need like all of your attention all of the time. You can sort of dip in and out with your brain a bit, which is the sort of perfect game for me when I'm like, you know, that like yesterday I was rendering the video for the Pez stream. So I just had a few hours to kill. So I just put MasterChef on and just played Loop Hero the whole time. It was great. Possibly had too many whiskies for my liking, but yeah.
It was that one or two whiskies, Dave. I know your measurements.
So yeah, so that was a nice chill time. So I'm having a good time with it. For anyone, presuming you've painted your Tau skin blue, yes I have. For anyone who's never seen Loop Hero, it's basically it's got roguelite elements. You know, the whole every run is new, but you get persistent bonuses, that sort of things. But it's kind of like a card game as well. So it's like card collection, and you don't really do an awful lot of gameplay. All you're doing really is as the guy's walking around the map endlessly, you're picking up cards and you're placing the cards down, you're picking up loot, you're equipping loot that's better than the loot you've got. All the loots have different kinds of stats, so you can really min-max. If you my current best plan is to go full vampirism, and then you're basically draining HP more, quicker than they can deal it out to you if you get it right.
Yeah.
But you can go full evasion build where they can't fucking hit you.
You go big tank build where you just absorb the damage that you're taking.
Yeah, you can go for like a full just HP build where you've just got mountains of HP, quite literally mountains of HP, because when you put mountain tiles down, it gives you more HP. So yeah, it's a really nice time, and I am enjoying it. I killed the Lich yesterday for the first time, but not on my stream save, so I will have to redo that once I stream it again.
I hope you have a similar run, otherwise you might just
Oh, I had a couple of goes. I had a couple of goes at the Lich on my stream on Saturday. The first one was unintentional. I really didn't want to go after it.
It was like an accidental whoops.
Yeah.
I put down this thing without backing up. Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, I put one too many things down, and all of a sudden, Lich spawn.
And it was like, yo, don't do that.
Yeah, and then I actually tried to go for the Lich the second time and didn't make it to him because I got killed by the just sheer weight of numbers. By the way, I do apologise about the just sniffles and stuff that I've got. I hope it's not COVID, but who knows. I'm not going to have my jab for a while. I found my GP because I'm what, 30 odd. It's not going to be my turn for another few months, I think.
Well, technically, you should be in the same list as me or Richard because you've got asthma.
Well, I did mention it to them, but they were like, "Nope, let's go. We're going in age order. That's what we've been told to do." So, oh well.
I was waiting for ages and ages and ages, and then I got like a couple of messages, like about 2 weeks ago, saying you are now eligible for the COVID thing.
Yeah.
So I got that message, and then I signed up for my my jab. So at the end of this month, I'll be getting my first jab, and then after that, after I'd set everything up, I've been bombarded by more NHS things saying you're eligible, and then my GP called me today and went, "Do you want to come to here?" And I was like, "I've already fucking done it. I've already got a thing logged in. I don't need it."
DL.
Luckily, it said on the message, if you've already got something put in, then just ignore this.
Yeah.
So I was like, that I will.
I certainly will. Don't you worry about that. Oh fuck! I just painted the bloody sprue.
Or just the sprue. Painted everything, all the sprue, and you haven't painted them off. Just painted around it.
Yeah, no, I was just bringing my brush up and I accidentally nicked the corner of the sprue, and it just sort of, just soaked up all my paint.
Oh yeah, I was going to say as long as it didn't flick it everywhere.
Oh no, it didn't flick. Don't worry, that's safe. Oh man.
Something. As much as I haven't actually played any video games,
Oh yeah.
recently, I've been carrying on with the Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah.
What we can get to, and this time my character didn't nearly get murdered instantaneously, which is a nice breath of fresh air.
Yeah. Always good.
We kind of, I think the way that the DM said it was, I can't believe I've just had the session where you start to derail it, get everything back on track, and then completely derail it right at the last second. Because what we did is we sort of like go into this little set of tunnels in this old ancient temple.
Oh aye.
Trying to find out what happened to a criminal who escaped. and we found the criminal, the big bad, who had been possessed by an ancient eldritch entity. Right? They were supposed to have, like, the plan was, we'd fight the dude.
Yeah.
Kill the dude, and then the entity would spawn out of the dude.
Okay.
You know, kind of like hatch out of a cocoon and be like, you know, a horrible squid butterfly thing.
Yeah.
And then we'd have a bigger, harder fight. That didn't happen. In fact, he didn't get his monologue off. Because we're playing the Ravnica setting, which is like Magic the Gathering setting.
Okay.
And one of the races is Gorgons. So, Medusa.
Yeah.
One of my teammates used the stone gaze. The 1 in a million time chance that it worked, it worked.
Nice.
So, pretty much instantaneous death to the main boss. The main boss at the minute was essentially kind of like a mad scientist trying to work on different portals and planes of existences.
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots of portals open in this room as well. I should have explained a bit more about that.
Okay.
So we've got a statue that starts to crack.
Oh no.
Essentially the beginnings of our secondary boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
To which point, my character's like, fuck this shit. And pushes it through a portal into nothingness. Thereby completely circumnavigating the boss fight.
Excellent.
By going, you are not our problem anymore.
Excellent.
And he was like, there was supposed to be a monologue. Their evil twirling mustache stuff. You ruined it! How could you? And we're just like, well, we like our characters to live, please.
Yes. Pretty please.
We like being alive and doing things.
Oh man. So
It's kind of close to my character dying anyway, not by being like exploded, but I nearly got sucked into the void as well.
oh man.
So I did the dexterity save and I was victorious.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would have been a re-roll moment.
100%. Yeah, our DM is in chat, Snooglyphin, who is our current DM. We've only got probably one more session to go until we've completed the Icewind Dales.
Ooh.
So we're pretty much in the last boss room at this point, which is going to be interesting. Huh?
Icewind Dale stuff has stuff to do with white dragons, doesn't it?
No. Well, not that we've come across.
Well, I would think that there is potentially like a side quest that leads you in that direction. But
Maybe there is definitely. We have seen a big old white dragon, but we're not fighting that shit. And I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but yeah, there is a dragon that is the main boss to one of the earlier sections in the campaign. Shit's about to get real.
you've got to whip out all the toys.
Yeah. The DM's given us a few things. My character's been completely nerfed. In the last campaign, I'm playing as a ranger, and in the last session on Friday, my character lost an eye,
Oh no.
which means that all ranged attacks are at disadvantage.
Oh no.
And I'm a ranger. I mean, I have got swords, but I'm shit with them.
Swords are for girls.
So yeah, that's going to be an interesting time.
We fight with cannons.
I do have a couple of items that will hopefully keep my guy alive. I've saved one up since like halfway through the campaign. I thought this will come in handy.
Is it just a giant cheese wheel?
No, I mean because of the setting, it's like there's a lot of ice damage, and it's basically a potion of no ice. Yeah, ice resistance, which is very nice.
Very, very nice.
Very, very, very nice.
So nice.
So hopefully that will help me survive. Fingers crossed.
After said close call with the space in between realms,
Yes.
I am attempting to build another concept character.
Okay.
So I want to actually have a bit of a play along with grappling.
Okay.
And I believe Mr. Gliffen had a character which was potentially grapple based with his Randy Savage dwarf combination.
Yep, Brovus, who has made a he's made an appearance in Snooglissen's campaign, and he is a summon. We can summon him.
Summon Brovus.
Yeah, and we
Dark Souls.
Huh?
Dark Souls style. Summon Brovus.
Pretty much. We have to throw a magical pebble and shout his catchphrase, which is "Oh yeah," and he appears and starts fucking shit up. So that's pretty much what we're waiting for now. That's the probably good. I'm gonna chug a potion. Someone's gonna chuck a pebble. It's gonna be great.
You can have like this big fucking monologue by the bad guy at the end again, and then all of a sudden one of the party's just gonna yeet the rock into his face, like,
oh yeah, and then Brovus is just gonna appear and just start slapping his tits.
Just properly drop the elbow on.
Yeah. Quit your jibber jabber.
I've been looking through a few of the books that I have access to, including the new Tasha's Cauldron of Everything book.
Oh yeah.
Which is a particularly nice subclass for the fighter called Rune Knight.
Okay.
And essentially what it is, it's like a slightly pared down version of the Eldritch Knight subclass. So you don't really get spells, but you get runes that give you some flinky abilities.
Oh yeah.
For instance, there's one of the runes that I read was called the Cloud Rune. And when you activate it,
yes,
any character that is hit by an attack that's within 30 foot of you, you can deflect the attack onto a creature 30 foot away. Which means somebody fires like a dirty green fireball at the wizard who has no health. And you go, nope.
How about
that goes somewhere
no?
else, the only thing is you cannot deflect it back at the attacker.
Oh, so it's just if it's like a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, it's a case that, you know, if there's a group of people, especially with nerdy archers, and the archer takes a big winging shot at someone, you go, nope, that arrow does not hit our squishy target. It hit his friend who's trying to stab him.
Excellent.
But it is kind of like a big one-shot thing, because essentially it's a lifesaver ability. But it is nice. There is one of the abilities which allows your character to grow one size larger than it is.
Enlarge.
It is kind of like an enlarge. And you just dunk the shit out of things when you're massive.
Nice. I've had enough of enlarge, man. We played we fought against a lot of Draugr, and just the first thing they do is enlarge. You're giant fucking underdog dwarven cunts.
Yes, they do. It is a pain in the arse for those, but what you want to hope that you've got is Dispel.
Yeah. We only had a very small party, and yeah, no. the wizard was more
Boom mage rather than abjurationist.
Do you know what? I don't even know.
Did he just use eyeballs and scream?
No, he just asked a lot of questions and ruined the day.
So you have a lawyer?
Pretty much, yeah.
Should have been a bard.
Yeah, he's constantly trying to cast prestidigitation on things. Yeah.
Now, in 3.5 edition, That is by far the most useful cantrip in the universe.
Yeah.
Because it's essentially every cantrip in one cantrip.
Okay.
Because you can do quite a lot of stuff with prestidigitation.
I mean, it's
So
mainly
surely,
repairing things, isn't it?
repairing, you can clean things, you can carry tiny weights, or like force sort of drag small objects to you. I think it's only like
I thought that was Mage Hand.
a mage hand can do it better. Mage hand has a higher weight category, but prestidigitation can also do things like phantom noises and stuff like that. So
Oh, welcome, Machin. How are you today? Machin says he may have passed an exam and may be buying a Knight Valiant. Oh, Valiant? Valiant, there you go.
brilliant.
Yes, very nice. He's good, that's good to hear. We're here. How's World of Warcraft treating you? Your alternate career?
Yes. The other
White,
hobby.
yeah, the other white boy nerd thing. Oh, he's passed an exam. He's waiting for a certificate. What exam was it?
Yes, what are you learning?
Yeah, or have learned if you've already passed the exam. ITIL? ITIL? Well, I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's some sort of technical IT language.
I would probably think so.
Yeah.
Can't say for sure because IT is not my strong point.
No. We know this very well. You need Richard to come and do tech support for your streams a lot.
Shush. Don't tell them my secret. Don't look at me. It is IT.
Yeah. Well, congrats. I don't know what you did, but awesome.
Who's that?
So at least you can have something nice to paint, which is lovely.
Everybody loves a little treat now and then.
Yeah. If you've missed Machin in Paint Club, he may be back in April once he's finished doing things that are not painting with us.
Yes, he has prior engagement.
Indeed. But that's okay. We still enjoy his company here in chat.
We do. We enjoy all your company in chat.
This is true. We know that Mr. Phil is painting some blue orky boys. What are you painting today, Mr. Machin?
If you are indeed painting.
Oh yeah, you might be playing some Warhammer, not Warhammer, Warcraft. So, speaking of games, are you interested in Diablo 2, remastered?
Now, Diablo 2,
Mm-hmm.
one of the games that I really fucking loved. I never got to play the first one, but I did play the second one to death.
Yes.
Because all I played as, well, I started playing and I completed the game with the Paladin.
Okay.
And I will tell you that I was very, very cheese heavy, as all I used was Shield Bash. And you launch across the screen. The further you fly, the more you obliterate something when you hit it.
Yes.
And essentially, that's what I did.
Excellent.
I have a donk. It stuns them slightly so I can run away. The rinse, repeat. Enemies are dead. I even had the count level.
I used to play the Necromancer. That was so good. Oh yeah. But yeah, by the time you leveled that guy up on Diablo 2, you could get a sizable army, which was awesome. On Diablo 3, the Necromancer wasn't so great.
Because they had reduced his quantity of buffs and
his skeleton army could only get like to 4 or 5, I think it was max.
Mitchin is asking about your paws, Dave.
My paws. Oh yeah. It's all right now. You can just about see a red mark there. That's the lasting mark there.
Scars of battle, bro.
Yeah, the one on the back of the hand seems to have healed up very nicely, but yeah, that one's still a bit raw and sore. So yeah, you see, Diablo 2 is definitely my favourite Diablo game. I am looking forward to it, tentatively. I am not 100% sure that they're going to do it well.
Right, now, here's something to consider. If they do it in a similar style to what Path of Exile is,
Yeah.
with a revamp, it'll be fucking amazing.
There's one thing that makes me worried for it, and that's Warcraft 3 or Warcraft 2 Reforged, whichever one it was. I think it was Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Yeah.
That was a very bad remaster. And if they're going to try and do the same sort of thing with Diablo 2, I'm not interested at all.
I think they might have. I mean, I'm holding my breath here.
Yeah.
They might have learned their lesson about actually taking their time to get it up to scratch. Otherwise, their entire community will just set fire to them.
Yeah, Necrobus, Mr. Machin says that 3 Reforged was trash, which I believe is the case. Where's the... oh, there's the guns. Yes, there. Gun. Guns. Gotta get them twin-linked guns.
For more pew pew?
Indeed.
Much pew pew.
Much pew pew!
I think what I did with my my drones on the set that I had is I did a couple of shield drones.
Good night, Machin. Have a good time, whatever you're doing.
Goodbye, good sir.
We miss you. But yeah, carry on. What did you do with your drones?
What I had is I had a few shield drones. The majority of them were gun drones. And then I had some marker light drones.
Okay.
Because obviously I had the little turret.
Yeah.
So the turret's covered in a missile launcher. And the marker light helps missiles. I think I also have missiles on my actual
crisis suits.
Yeah, the battle suits themselves, so it helps with those as well. I also, since I have a broadside battle suit,
yes,
had 2 missile launcher drones.
Do they only come with the broadsides?
Yes.
Ah.
The missile pod drones only come with the broadsides. So when you open up your big broadside box set,
yeah,
have a Dickens and be like, ooh.
Can't wait for that. I'm waiting for me to become like a slightly better painter before I start broadsiding it.
Big old chunky battle suit.
Yeah.
With less jetpacks. Because they thought, we don't need to move around. We just sit here and shoot people from 1 billion miles away.
Yeah, it's the atlas of the Tau world.
They have a bigger one.
Yeah. Speaking of MechWarrior, I was reminiscing on stream yesterday morning, about MechWarrior Online.
Yeah.
And our joyous joys when when Catapult LRM builds were like meta. And
LRM spam was just horrific.
Yeah, and so we used to just go and troll the guys who were metagaming with no lasers in our little bros, command bros.
Yep, bromandos. Bromando time was bloody amazing.
It was so fun. Just to cut the boxes off and just run away. Like, fuck you.
No, useless.
Yeah. It's like, come back and finish me. No.
Bite your leg off. We had such good times. And then things went a bit wonky. And then they balanced it back out really nicely.
Yeah, and then the DLC came out and they broke it again.
It wasn't that the last time that we tried to do it was they had implemented the what is it? The playlist.
Aye.
The estimated level of skill, and it meant that me, who was a horrific yet excessively patient creature, who just played it and played it and played it no matter how much I got stomped on people, was a much higher level of skill, apparently.
Yeah.
Because just tanking your frustrations is a skill in its own right.
I suppose it is.
And I couldn't play with you because we couldn't connect to any games.
Yeah, that sucked. And it's not the kind of game that I have any like will to play on my own. I just can't do it. I just cannot do it.
Whereas I will play a game forever.
Yeah, it's like Rainbow Six. I'm never going to play that alone. I did it on a stream just to sort of prove to my the audience that I do actually play Rainbow Six occasionally. I'm not awful at it, which I think I proved. I was pretty good at it.
Unlike me.
Yeah.
Bust through the wall. There's the hostage. Tap 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 tap. He's dead, Jim.
That was the best. I remember that game very well. Snooglyphin was there, so was Richard. It was brilliant. On the airplane.
They observed my horrific douchebaggery.
Yeah. All right. Only 4 more drones to paint with the brown. I need to switch to a smaller brush because then I need to be a bit more careful.
More detailed.
Yeah, because I don't want to have to paint over again on the brown bits. There's a lot of metal on these things.
That was one of the nice things about that set, was that the drones were simply just rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
Throw them out very, very quickly. They were not difficult.
Twerned. Oh man. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I might as well go to Dave's TV corner, which Badger always moans at because he doesn't watch TV.
I don't moan at it, I just don't watch TV.
Well, I have basically destroyed the first season of Fargo this week. It's really weird on Netflix because the first season is for some reason last in the list. I think they want you to watch it back to front. And I think the reason is because like the first season takes place in like 2006 or something. The second season takes place in like the 70s, and I mean the third season might go even further back, but I'm not sure. So
essentially, it's traveling back in time through the story.
Yeah, so it's essentially a story about how a serial killer essentially got involved in a really small-time American town, and this guy sort of gets involved with the serial killer and inadvertently asks him to murder his school bully. This all happens in the first episode. I'm not going to give you that many big spoilers or anything, but it is so well written. I love it. It's one of the few shows that makes you genuinely root for the serial killer.
To root for the bad guy.
Yeah, because the bad guy's just so well written and the actor's really good. It's got a few really good actors in it that I know faces from other places, like Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, isn't it? You've got what's his name? Who plays Bilbo Baggins in the Hobbit movies, and he's in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Is it some Matthew Freeman? Is it, or someone Freeman?
I think it might be.
Yeah, him. He's really good in it. Although he has to put like a semi-Canadian accent on, because it's obviously like towards the Canadian border, America. So it's a very it's a weird accent they've got on it. But yeah, it's who else is in it? The guy who plays the female cop's dad. I've seen him in lots of stuff. Though fucked if I can remember what it is. Yeah, it's got a very good cast, is what I'm trying to say. And it's just very well written, very well put together. And I watched the ending yesterday, and I was thoroughly delighted. I'll be honest. It was a very nice time. So I would fully recommend Fargo. It's on Netflix now. I'm watching it from season 1, 2 and 3, whereas on Netflix it's series 3, 2, 1 for no reason. But yeah, it's good. Started the second season yesterday, so I'm a few episodes into that. That started a bit slower, but is gaining pace very nicely.
The thing is that
Yeah.
you now know that if the series is going back in time, then the killer will never be caught.
Oh no! Don't worry. The tale came to a satisfying conclusion at the end of the series. Yeah. So it was a really nice show. There's some real exceptional bits, just sections, segments in it, and yeah, just that the serial killer character is just fantastically done. All right. Yeah, I did mention as well. I'm a bit of a MasterChef addict as well.
You are not just a MasterChef addict, you are a baking addict.
Oh, Bake Off's great as well.
Exactly, because you have a deep and enjoyable passion for the art of cookery,
Yes.
as well as Sue Perkins.
Sue's not on it anymore.
I know.
She's on other stuff, but yeah, so that's been good this year, even though it's like COVID, and I don't know why. It just made me a bit sad watching it with COVID in mind. I thought sort of almost semi-ruined the show, but it was still good. So
I wish I could leave.
Yeah.
And do other things. And I just realised I've missed out painting some things red because it's on a different sprue.
Oh no. Hate it when models get split across different sprues.
Well, technically it was all one big sprue to start off with.
Oh, did you snip it?
I snapped it in half. So
well, that's your problem then, isn't it? That's your fault.
So that I wasn't waving around a giant sprue in my face while trying to paint things. I don't know if the camera will show it, but look at that purple, Dave.
Oh, that is perp. Is that the one you use for your sisters?
No, this one is actually a darker purple. The one that I used for my sisters is Demonette High.
Ah.
This one is Xerius Purple, spelled with an X. Much more of a royal purple.
Nice. Bit of a Fiorentina purple. So it's a football team, so you won't know it, but I assure you it is the similar perp.
It is a very rich
Yes. I think
It's the colour they always seem to give grapes. The grapes are not this colour at all. Or sorry, grape flavoured things.
yeah.
Like Ribena.
Yeah, or in cartoons. Ribena's blueberry flavour actually. Or blackberry. It's blackberry, sorry.
True. So not Ribena.
No.
Because it has nothing to do with grapes.
Like purple drank.
But it is a purple drink.
Yes. Alrighty then. So what's going on in the news? I haven't had a chance to really look anything up.
I haven't had a great deal of looking at the news recently.
Probably for the best.
Well, with all what has recently kicked off, with the not only it being like Women's Week, but that whole murder of that missus and the massive female safety and all that stuff. Unfortunately, the thing that I can see is it's got a hell of a lot of similarities to the Black Lives Matter stuff, because what's happened is they've thrown down the whole, this has happened to this person, blah 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 blah. It's been done by men, and then some muppet has been like, not all men are like that. It's like, yes, that's right, but that's not the point. That's not what's being said here. It's being said that the ones that are being cunts are dealt with. It's like,
oh bollocks!
Just take a step back.
I just realised that I just muted the wrong thing.
Stand back. Okay.
I just realised that I muted the wrong thing. I muted the Discord, so you wouldn't hear me blowing my nose. But I should have muted. I should have muted the stream, not you.
Oh no.
Sorry everyone. Sorry, I blew my nose and it was grim.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. Ah.
There's one of you.
Yes.
Just hear the horrible sort of like noise.
It weren't great. Like, I'm gonna have this Lucasade. Oh, I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm flagging a bit.
Snap. But I'm not flagging because I'm unfortunately used to ridiculously low quantities of sleep these days.
Aye.
I don't know why. It's just occurred.
Yeah. So yeah, not a lot going on in the news apart from like negative shit. So let's ignore that shit. Well, Liverpool managed to win a game this week, which is good.
One thing that I have noticed is that Sunderland seems to be doing pretty well.
Oh, aye. The Mackems on the rise.
They are. At least for now.
I think
they don't shit their pants.
I think Liverpool are actually playing like right now. Let's have a look. Oh no, they start at 8, so in half an hour they'll start against Wolves. So I'll be keeping an eye on that scoreline. You know.
Nothing like New Brighton versus Wolves.
Oh no. Oh man, New Brighton versus just anyone really. Had a few good games yesterday.
Yeah,
nothing.
I know that I missed out on yesterday's streamy goodness.
It's alright.
There's two reasons.
Okay.
The first reason is I woke up at like 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Richard was in and he did tell me you had emerged at that time.
Yeah, the second reason is I was doing Mother's Day stuff.
Ah, yeah.
So I had gone to visit the folks.
I did that after me Loop Hero stream on Saturday.
So I went there and I had some time. And we discussed things and my god, I've missed it. And even though they're part of my bubble,
Yeah.
I tended to stay back and just give a message every now and then. But
Yeah.
for yesterday, it was really just a case of going down and just spending a bit of time with them.
Yeah. Like I hadn't seen my parents since Christmas, really. So I went down there. It was my dad's birthday on Friday, and obviously Mother's Day on Sunday. So I went the day between to give them both their stuff.
Love you, Dave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love you, Dave.
That's
Continue.
it's a very accurate representation of my mother. Who you have met a couple of times, haven't you?
I have not met your mum.
Oh, you
I've met your
know?
dad.
Yeah.
Because I was helping you move into the Frithorth site
You were.
at Bangor, and I met your dad there. Because essentially it was him crammed into what seemed to be a very, very small car full of all of your shit.
Yeah. Oh, right. Only one more sprue's worth of drones to go. Yeah, so
I'm nearly ready to start sticking this guy together, but that's far from me being finished.
oh man, I'm nearly done with one colour, like the first sort of coat of one colour. I think doing this many drones at once might have been a bit foolhardy.
Since once you've actually got like the main colours done,
Yeah.
they'll just fly over.
Oh, pardon me. Yeah, it's brown, black, and gold are the main colours. The brown one is it covers most of the
chassis.
Yeah, most of the chassis. Whereas the black is quite a bit of paint, but it's a bit more fiddly because you have to go around the edge without like going over the brown bit. Huh.
Once I've actually gotten the red on this and I've got the guys stuck together,
Yeah.
what I need to do is I need to then give him his wash, then his highlights, and then do all the little fiddly spirit stones down his chest and his arse and his arms and his face.
Spirit stones, eh?
Yep.
So
Keep him safe from dirty stone ash.
Never heard it being called that before. Hooray!
Hey,
Down his neck and chest, eh? Hooray!
where do you want your spirit stones? Oh no.
Oh no?
Certainly oh no.
Yes.
Oh, it just reminded us. I've been watching a lot of lore videos recently.
Oh yeah.
From a guy called Mediocre.
Mm.
And he's an Australian dude. And he doesn't necessarily hold back with his language. So he's a very, very sweary boy.
Indeed. As am
But
I.
he does a lot of stuff with a bit more of a jokey tilt to it.
Yeah.
And he always refers to any interactions with the eldar as big titty eldar girlfriends. I was just sitting there chuckling as I'm painting these things.
Lovely.
But no, I actually haven't watched him for a bit. He's reminded us about a lot of the stuff that I already knew about.
Oh yeah.
But obviously he told it in a different light and all that stuff, so it's always worth listening.
Yeah, it's nice to get a fresh perspective on something.
Yep.
Oh man, okay. Christ on a bike. This is
Bit spicy.
no, it's just this. I've only got a little bit left of this colour, but it's like monotonous work. Got
For the man who paints Tyranids, I know your pain. Though technically I really should get myself some more Tyranids to add a bit more flavour to the channel.
Yeah.
Instead of it being a million tons of ultramarine.
Yeah. Oh, you've done some Tyranids on this stream.
Nope.
Yeah, you have. Oh, was it Oh, it was Necron, wasn't it?
It was Necrons I did on the stream.
Yeah. No, I'm fucking sure you've done a Tyranid.
I had contemplated doing some of the Tyranid stuff that I have, but never did it because I went, ooh, no wait, I have these bad boys to paint.
Why have I got it in my head that you did a Tyranid?
Because of what I was actually mentioning that I was going to do. Because I said originally that I was going to finish painting gargoyles.
Okay.
And I'd had them all out on my desk about 5 minutes before the
right.
Thing, like one of the first streams, and I went, bollocks, I'll just do Necrons.
Fair enough. You did some Scarabee boys, so that's fairly similar.
That's where it came from, because some of the other Tyranids I have are Ripper Swarms. Which are very, very similar to the little robot beetles.
Hog! Just painting. Just the same fucking colour on the same fucking bits of the same fucking sprues. Come on. I've got an Imperial Guard army, you'd think I'd get used to this.
The difference is, Dave, with the Imperial Guard army, at least you can kind of reposition what they look like.
Yeah.
They are moderately positionable models, so you kind of get a slight difference between each dude every time. But when it comes to drones, that's it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with a different arsehole.
Oh, just the guns to go, and then that's everything. Come on, gun. Be painted.
Bloody space pomegranates. Sticking off the edge of these bloody guns.
I'm going to need another splodge of paint just to get the other side of these two guns done.
How fares your blue boys, Snoo?
Yes, tell us. If you fancy giving us a picture update, we can bring it up on the WhatsApp.
Check out them sexy blue boys, because for the orcs, blue is a lucky colour.
Hmm. Goes with green very well.
Mm-hmm. Apparently yellow makes things blow up better.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense to me.
But I thought back in day, I thought that the yellow was just fortune.
Hmm.
Which is why the evil sons have it, because they're all rich boys, all the best DACA.
Yes. But it turns out they've got the best DACA because everything's yellow.
Mm.
It blows up better. Alright, I'm just going to splodge this paint on and then just get it, like, dished round. I just want
the York law.
I want this this colour to be done so much. Go on, tell us a bit of Orc lore.
The gloriousness of the orc race. Okay, I'll tell you of one of the finer aspects of the orc menace in the universe. I'll tell you the story of Tusker Demon Killer.
Mm.
And just like any other orc boy, rose through the ranks of his clan to smash people in the face to become a war boss. Now, on one of his many journeys, through the galaxy and the universe. He was traveling through the warp and was attacked by demons, because orc ships don't have Gala fields, which is the force field that allows a vessel to travel through the warp without being attacked by demons.
Mm-hmm.
Purely because orcs like fighting, so they don't care if they get invaded. They just have in-flight entertainment in that fashion. And what he did, after he had this stonking great fight with these demons, is he thought he'd go for a bit more. Now, he gathered up a whole war of boys to go for a fight.
Yeah.
And headed to the Eye of Terror. For those who don't know, the Eye of Terror in the 40k universe is essentially the largest portal into the realms of chaos and the immaterial, which is the realm where the demons live. And while he was doing this, Cadia picked up his fleet on their scanners.
Oh no.
Like, oh shit, there's something huge coming here. Do we call for reinforcements? Do we not? We might have to call for reinforcements. And then they were like, wait a second, they're not changing course. They're not doing anything to any planets in the way. As they just flew past the Cadian defences as they watched them barrel straight into the Eye of Terror. Now, Tusker and his boys, loving a good fight, essentially just went across every single planet that they could find inside the Eye of Terror. They were smashing everything from Slanesh pleasure planets to like Tzeentch's crystal cities and all, even like burning Noble's gardens. This is how hard they were.
Dang.
And finally, Tusker and his boys rock up to a Cornite planet. It was an inevitability, eventually, but he got there.
Good evening to Beefy Kobe.
Hey there, Beefy.
How are you, sir?
Yes, he rocked up to this Cornite planet, and it was controlled by a demon prince of Corn. Quite a substantially powerful one. And Tusker and his boys had an enormous fight that lasted for like days and days and days. But unfortunately, eventually he lost. And while the demon prince was standing over him, about to kill him, he used his power claw and cut his nuts off. So Corn was so so pleased with Tusker cutting his demon prince's bollocks off that every day he's brought back to life with his army to fight another war with this demon prince.
That's like orc heaven, isn't it?
Every day it is. Tusker has found his greatest battle. It's almost like an orc Valhalla.
Orcala. Or Wargala.
And this can kind of show you how ridiculous some of the orcs are. Gross.
So, Beefy Kobe is good. He's finishing up kit bashing some grot rebels. Nice.
Do you perhaps have the red gobbo, Beefy Kobe?
Da Red Gobbo.
The red gobbo leader. I think he's the leader of the Gorgomorka Gretchen faction.
Nice.
Communist Gretchen.
Right. God. The XV88 is done finally. Onto Abaddon Black. Jesus.
Next.
This is a right slog I've got myself into here. Oh crikey, this paintbrush is a bit hard. I mustn't have washed it properly. Whoops.
Just give it a bit of a rinse.
Yeah, it's all good.
Take a quick swig because it's a bit warm, and then I'll start getting this wreath lord sorted.
Yeah, so for the benefit of anyone who's just joined us, Beefy Kobe included, I am painting 7 of these boys, little drones. And Badger, you are painting?
An Eldar Wraith Lord.
Yes, one of them things.
So essentially the Eldar Dreadnought.
Beefy Kobe, he does not have the red gobbo yet. He's only just made a few grot riflemen, regular grots, made from guard bodies, a heavy weapons team, which he runs as looters, and a stand-in grot mech in mega armor.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Grots need a little more loving. Because I know, I mean, it's not necessarily like everybody's enjoyment and want, but there are a lot of sort of like Forge World models for grot tanks. And they're all just tiny little tanks.
Oh, little diddy tanks.
That are about a quarter of the size of the Lehman Russ. And they're just covered in guns and Gretchen.
Oh. There's not enough comedy in Warhammer these days.
Well, it's never supposed to have had any comedy, but the orcs just provide.
Yeah, like comic relief.
Because what?
Beefy Kirby makes his own grot tanks. He uses sentinels and makes ATST looking things.
Oh yes.
Very nice. I tell you what, Beefy Kirby, if you tweet at us at hashtag Bulls Paint Club, you see at the top of the screen, we'll switch over to the Twitter screen and show the ladies and gentlemen your handiwork, should you wish to show it off. Not for everyone, I understand that. Hey, get out of that. So the dog's trying to crawl under my desk.
He just wants the love.
He does. He's like, you haven't paid any attention to me for about an hour now. I'm upset by this. Pet me.
Surprisingly more bits to this than I originally thought.
Oh, Beefy Kirby's going to do it. He just needs to log into Twitter. Thanks for just licking your lips right near my microphone, dog. I don't know if anyone's picking that up.
I certainly didn't.
Oh, that's alright then. Apologies if any dog slurping noises happen.
We're probably going to have to lick the microphone.
I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past them.
It's a pretty good microphone, which was evidenced yesterday. Oh God, yesterday's Pez stream was an absolute just write-off. Basically, 2 dogs got taken out, and because he's got a cone of shame, the other dog's not allowed to go for walkies. So, yeah. He made his displeasure known for a good hour, and huskies are very loud.
Yeah, they are indeed exceptionally vocal hounds.
Yeah. So it was basically a whole hour of dog howling and yelping, whilst I was trying to play some Pro Evo. And
just thinking of him as part of the crowd.
Oh no! Seriously, when I was trying, I had to put headphones on when I was trying to edit the video, and I had to put a warning on the video on YouTube because it just set the dogs off. So fun times. So yeah, apologies to anyone who wants to watch that video and needs to put headphones on because you can't watch it in the same room as dogs. Fun times.
Jolly spiffing, what?
Indeed.
Okay, so...
Crikey O'Reilly.
Right, now something I will mention about painting this Wraith Lord. I was a bit of a cheeky boy last night.
A cheeky boy?
You may have already noticed that I had pre-painted the base.
Oh no.
Bollocks to that.
That's alright.
Naughty boy.
We're here just to have chilled fun. Listen to some weird classical music bits. which in fact do get copyright ID'd, by the way, if you have them loud enough. I found that out to my dismay when I had some classical music on in the background on the last Booze Control stream, and had to mute. I had to mute like 10 seconds of video because yeah, the music was on a bit loud, and I had to turn it down after like a little while. So that was fun.
Bit of an annoyance.
Yeah. So that
considering that it's from the Twitch's non-DRM music service.
Yeah, DRM free apparently, but no. Bollocks to that. Record companies want their money, even if it's even if they're going to lie to get it.
Dagenham.
Indeed.
Okay, what am I looking at? I need to figure out what feet I'm actually using. And as a curious little humorous thing, I would be very, very tempted in the future to make a custom dreadnought, because if you look at that foot, Dave, it looks like a sandal.
Oh, it does.
And I would be very tempted to do Jesus sandals on an Eldar dreadnought.
I'll get a little tiny drill out and make crocs.
Oh, space crocs. You know, trust that the Eldar would be the only ones to wear those.
Yeah. Space vegans.
What am I looking at? Oh no, from the fact that the Eldar created Slanesh, they sure love their meat. They would not be vegan.
But they don't necessarily want it in their mouths.
Nope. But Slanesh will certainly give it to them. Okay, so let's try and figure out how I'm going to position these feet.
Yes. Bloody paint dries too quickly. Just trying to get it on the bloody model. Do we turn the light on?
Ah, no! One of the guns. Science.
I could really do with turning the light on. Eep. Let's drain my eyes doing this. There's always one thing I forget to do at the start of these streams because I like finish work at like after 5. Cock!
Right, got the feet stuck on.
Nice.
Good. Don't need to worry about. I do need to worry about sticking all my arms together. Slowly and gradually clag these boys together.
Ooh, yeah. No, after stream. Could you turn the light on for us, love? Thank you. Yay, I can see. This is good. This is very good.
This is taking me a bit longer than I originally intended it to.
Yeah, same. No, to be fair, I should have expected a big bunch of drones to take a long time. I'd like to get them done today, but I don't think I'm gonna. I might have to just focus on a couple of sprues.
Well, if you get some done, then at least you're making progress.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't have that many more models to get done before the box set's done.
That's very true.
I've got 3 guys, 7 drones, which hopefully at least a few of them will get done today.
The majority of them should get done.
Yeah. And one more crisis suit and the ethereal, is it? The guy
Yes.
that, yeah. And then once they're done, plain sailing then. Alright, let's have a look at the old Twitter. I'll have a look at it off stream first, just to make sure there's no porn.
Dirty boy.
Yes. Let's have a little look. Where's the search button? There it is. Boop. Latest. Oh, we haven't had anything just yet. I just the top tweet is that Nahir who came a few weeks ago. Oh man, it was back in December he did that. Back in January, Nahir said, "I have other models now," which is good. So, Beefy Kirby followed me. Thank you very much, Beefy. I'm still learning how to work Twitter. Hey, if you whack us a follow on this, I'll be much appreciated. I am 9 away from affiliate time now. Yes, I'm really rolling hard on that follower for train at the moment. Oh shit, the bed! I nearly just dropped the brush all over the place. Right, so let's get more black paint.
The one panic moment.
That's not the one. I mean, last week we had a few, didn't we?
Like,
and you ended up
continuously dropping fucking wet limbs all over the place with glue and paint and God knows what else. So
hot, wet limbs.
Fluffy. Need like, you know what we need, Dave?
What?
You know when you see those JML adverts where it's got the shaven bib that you stick to your mirror and then tie it round your neck to catch all your fuzz when you shave it.
Yeah.
It's got one of those with a pair of armholes in it, so for when you're painting, if you drop anything, it just goes up.
That's a brilliant idea. The yeah, it's. I'm so clumsy. Is there anything on this that needs to go black? On the guns.
You can just put the tag in there, I think, Beefy.
Oh yeah, if you put the hashtag in, I can do a search. I've got a search set up on this end, which highlights any tweets that have got that hashtag in it. So just whack your photo on and the hashtag, and whatever little message you want to put on.
You should be crazy.
Yeah, well, we shall marvel at your wondrous creations.
What will probably be a far more spectacular thing.
Yeah.
Because people who do conversion work are generally legends.
Yeah, man. I can't do that for shit, man. I've just pretty painted loads of black all over the stuff I've already done. I hate doing that.
Dave, you wanted painted black.
Stop it. Right, I think I managed to save it just about. Ho ho! Ho ho!
Take a few deep breaths and I carry on.
Indeed.
Hooray! Good stuff.
Nice. We will, as soon as this paint has dried out, and I've got no more use out of it, I shall switch over to the Twitter screen and we will have a look. See. Eep!
Eep?
Eep indeed. Ooh. Just.
Ooh, baby. Ooh. Ah?
I wanna know.
Should paint those girls.
Yeah. Didn't really want to continue that because it would have somehow triggered some sort of DMCA strike.
Oh, they're already descending from the heavens. So,
yeah. Copyright. Which is the DMCA Valkyrie war cry. still can't believe Metallica got their own music.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is still quite ridiculous.
Oh, thank you so much, Beefy Kobe. Welcome to the channel. At least the what's his name? The alert box is working today. It wasn't working yesterday for some reason. I had 2 follows during my stream, and I'll give them a shout out again. MHT89 and Sabali43. Thank you so much to you guys as well. I did say during yesterday's stream, but I felt bad because they didn't get the thank you.
Technology is a dangerous thing.
It is. I managed to get my chatbot to actually give shout outs properly now, so I can actually link to your channel if so whenever someone says !Badger,
Ooh.
it says, oh look, this is Badger, this is what he do, he good, go check his channel out here.
This what he do.
Yeah, those exact words, honestly. I think I was rather squiffy when I wrote them, so...
Look, for the time being, we have control over our artificial intelligence.
Yes, for the time being, until the machines come to take over.
And then I just think, what will they do? How will they strike deep at the world? And then I realise that 90% of the machinery that I work with can't even measure a correct quantity of liquid, let alone rise up against her.
Yeah. I mean, if my PC is anything to go by, well, I think we're safe.
It'll just be like, yo, Dave, can you give us a hoover out, please?
Yeah.
Or something like that, and I'll be like, yeah, right.
I think my dog just did a fart.
Doesn't smell it.
Yeah. Hello, bear. Sorry, I'll move my camera so you can see him in a bit. Once we get to the Twitter feed area. Ah, shit the bed. Nearly just painted all over the place there. Under the sea. So I needed a smaller brush than this. Never mind. I just want to get them done. I suppose I can just get them base coated, stick them together, and then just touch them up, can't I?
Yep.
That's the way I should do it. Don't worry about too much accuracy just yet. You can tidy it up at a later date. Just get them stuck together. As they say, what is it? Board ready?
Yeah, board ready.
Yeah, just get it board or table ready. That's the one. Just get it table ready, and then you can make it as neat as you like.
You can sit there and you like, yep, I need to add this bit to this bit, and then we're all good. Currently, I'm slowly dragging my way through just a single mod.
Oh, going back to the AI conversation, Beefy says, I mean, you give them time, I'm sure anything is possible. Also, you'll notice the grot text painted up in bad moons. That's because I run very narrative bad moons list, and I use grot tanks in that. Although it's a grot post, so I thought I'd include it. Nice. Can't wait.
Yellow boys.
Yeah, boy. This paint is very quickly drying up now, so I'm just trying to use as much as I can before it goes finally. And then I will take a quick break, have a bit of Lucozade. I didn't have the forethought to make a cup of tea, and it's just as well because I wouldn't have been able to drink it.
Now, what you would have done, right, is you would have sat there, you would have gone, right, I'm sitting here, I've got my cup of tea, I've got everything doing that, and you would have forgotten about it, and then you would have been like, I've got my cup of tea, and then you would have drank it, and you'd be like, it's cold.
Ah! There is nothing worse than a cold cup of tea, at all. Okay. Beefy does say, though, yellow, nowhere near as bad as he thought it would be to paint.
Now, I can understand that if... Do you undercoat it with the lighter colours by any chance? Because every time that I've found that I've used yellow paint, it seems to be a lot thinner than most of the other paints. So it needs like a good 2 or 3 layers before it even looks like reasonable. But if you're using it on the lighter undercoats, then I can understand it's not being terrible.
Yeah. Beefy undercoats in Xandri Dust.
Ooh. Ooh, actually, yeah, that works really well with the yellows.
Yeah, right, so I'm just going to move that up to my face again, since I've taken a pausing paint. Hello, that's my face. Hi. Right, let's get over to the Twitter screen. See, I don't know if I've set this up properly. We'll find out.
We'll soon see.
Ah, I didn't. There's the one thing I didn't do. Right, just bollocks. Come on, disco. Yeep. Boop. There we go. Haha. Move it across. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so I need to interact with this thing. Do-do-do-do. Latest. Let's have a look at this. Haha! Here we go. There's Beefy Kobe right there. Let's give him a quick follow. Let's give that a like and a retweet. There you go.
Oh, so many things.
Oh man, look at them. Look at them heavy artillery grotty boys. Are you seeing this badge yet?
I will have to have a dickens at my Twitter if you have
Yes.
redone it.
I have a dog here with his cone of shame. Oh no, he hates having his cone of shame, don't you? Yes, you do. Oh, look at you.
Oh, they look fantastic.
There we go.
They look fantastic.
Nice one. Oh, that's one of 4 images that he's sent. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my webcam now back where it's supposed to be. Ugh, stop being shit, webcam.
Quickly cycle through them all the constructions. That's the way that you said that you've done the little AT-AT.
Yeah, man. Let's have a little look at the other stuff. Right, here we go. Lovely. Oh, they look boss, man. Oh, look at that shit. Converted Sentinel, love it. I've got my Sentinel, trying to get it without knocking anything off. My Sentinel there. It's not completely completed, obviously that's not even been painted, the las gun really yet. That's a work in progress. I paint that when I run out of things to paint. Ah, his name's Bear. The dog. Oh, he wants attention now. Hi.
You mentioned his name?
Yes.
Summon the beast?
Summon the little bear. Right. And finally... Oh, now that's an interesting conversion right there. Check that out, Pad.
Is that the big one?
The big wheelie boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Snazzy ass.
What does that remind me of? It's Fallout New Vegas. It reminds me of the robot on wheels. I love it. That is cool. Oh yeah, Beef Kobe said it's funny fixing it. The mech is probably one of my smallest conversion, but honestly, is kind of a favourite so far. Is that this fella here? That is cool. I love the guy with the welding mask just sort of sat on top. That's sweet. Is that a guy on top, or is that just a...
It might just be the guy in general.
Yeah. That's boss. Oh, he knew it reminded us something, but he couldn't figure out what it was. Anyway, thanks so much for sending them in. That was awesome.
Fantastic work there, good sir.
Yeah. It's been a few streams since we had any interaction like that, so that's cool. All right, let's go back to the normal screen. Well, hey. Oh, he had an unfortunate accident in a previous life, apparently. Oh, so that's probably why he got onto the conversion pile.
I was about to say, isn't that just the general thing for most big mechs in the Octopus? It's an unfortunate accident, and then suddenly he's got an extra arm, you know, lasers, and he farts lightning. Just the way it goes for an orc, especially a mech.
Bear, come out of there. Bear! Oi! What are you doing? Stop. Oh, you want? I know what he wants. He's after one of his toys and he can't reach it because his cone's in the way. Let me get that for him. Oh, you got it. You got it out. There you go. Well done.
Where there's a will, there's a way, Dave.
Yeah. He must be feeling a lot better now because he all he wants to do is play now. I'm trying to paint some Warhammer Bear, so you're going to have to just play with yourself for a bit. Okay. Right, black. Back to painting the black. I might do it 2 sprues at a time and just do the black on this one. And then do the gold, then stick it together. Maybe.
Having like small chunks to work with, probably going to be.
Yeah, I mean,
patient, to be honest.
It means I'll actually get something done as well, which means I'll have a sense of like actually having done something. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big essay. I've just started a new blob, so let me.
Backstory of finding one you have as well.
Right, he used to be a lowly grot oiler. Who slaved away for his master, Gazgog Oil Guzzler. Of course, the caveat being he was often used as the test subject in many of the mech's Orky invasions. This unfortunately led to Fixit's whole lower body being teleported into the void upon intervention of the Back to the Futcha cannon. Sorry.
To the Fucha cannon.
Yeah, back to the Fucha cannon. Ah, you go. In this case, very literally. Left to die.
Like an orc.
Left to die in rubbish that Gasco's pile of gubbins fixing it was left into the squigs. Well, that's a fucking backstory, man. That's D&D level of backstory.
But even more glorious for it is the grot's rise to fame.
Yeah. Love it. I think I did some conversions back in day, but they were always ridiculously like they just looked shit basically, most of them. I think the best conversion I did was I got a what's the dark thingy majig the Space Marines with the hoods.
Dark Angels.
Yeah, I got a Dark Angel guy, and
Is that your chaplain with the scythe?
Yeah. Oh, you've seen him, haven't you? Oh man, I keep forgetting that you've actually seen my my Space Marine army. All right. Okay, so that's the black on that bit there done. I am going to make the little cubes on the black. I just feel like it needs like a bit of a. Sorry, I realise the camera's now pointing at my face and it shouldn't be. Ooh. Oh, bollocks. That's a bad one. Glasgow is his mech with KFF in the Bad Moon's force. So he feels it fits rather nicely. That's a very nice conversion, sir. Applause to you, sir. In fact, let's do a shout.
Who's up?
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Happy days.
Nice.
Right. Eep.
There will be some minor differences from like the box art color scheme,
Yeah.
but only a few little bits and pieces.
Yeah, I've gone fairly standard with my Tau Army's colour scheme. It's a little bit more darker than the full standard, but it's pretty much there. Oh, nice. The Minute Waltz. Oh, this paint smells nice. Don't sniff it. Don't
Because
sniff
you don't
it.
get to it, would you? You might go in a completely different direction at that stage.
Yeah, oh yeah. Bulamatari gets banned from Twitter for drug use. I just love sniffing paint. For legal reasons, I must point out that I do not. Oh. It's gone 8 now, isn't it? Yes. Liverpool's kicked off against Wolves. Apparently it's weird that I'm like a huge nerd and also a football fan.
It's the combination of jock and nerd.
I mean, I'm in no way a jock. I mean, I never got any aspirations to play the fucking thing. I just play PES and follow Liverpool. I think it's just where I was brought up in it. On Merseyside, you've got to be a football fan, really.
So what do you do? I don't do anything. So what do you do? Heresy.
Yeah.
Pitchforks and torches. So you either love the Emperor, or you don't. Or you love chaos.
Yeah. Oh well, apparently Beefy Kobe plays rugby, which is that's a fun sport as well. The Six Nations is it's currently going on, I think. I haven't
If
really...
I may say something particularly heretical.
Oh, go on.
The belief that rugby is a far superior sport to football.
I would heavily disagree with you there, but okay. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion.
This is based purely on the fact that most rugby players are not whiny little actors.
Oh man. Yeah. And Beefy's team's winning. To be honest, when I used to live in Wales, I used to pay attention to the Six Nations because it was genuinely exciting. But especially with COVID and not being able to go out, I can't be arsed. I've not been following it. So go on. What nation are you living in currently? Or well, where do you hail from? I should really say, because you could live anywhere really. Oh, you're Welsh. Ah, man. Happy days.
Happy days.
I think this is saying goodbye, but Nostar. I think it means good night, but never mind. I can't remember what the Welsh for hello is. Yeah, me and Badger lived in Bangor for a few years.
we did during university. Bangor was our wonderful little place to be.
Yeah.
Everywhere was a hill.
Oh, Bitch Hill, man. Up towards Murray Bob's. Apparently they've got an Asda down there now, where Farrar Road used to be.
I would not be surprised about that.
Yeah.
The recent pictures that I've seen from the Bangor University things that keep spamming up on my Facebook feed show the new main arts as being amazing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
seriously amazing.
I mean, I went in there for a while. Oh, he's also shared some of his Bad Moons clan with us. He's got about 500 points finished now. As soon as as we open up again, he's going to start playing. Oh, you know what? Should I admit to the world my heresy? Or do you want to do it for me, Badger?
What heresy is that?
I haven't played a game of Warhammer since City Fight came out, which was God knows when.
A very long time ago.
Yeah, when I was in secondary school.
Honestly, the last time that I actually played 40k was not long before 9th edition came out, and I was just running a test game with a mate.
Yeah.
While he was painting some Space Wolves, and I haven't played since. A lot of my love for the hobby, I really want to play more, but the painting and the lore has essentially taken my love.
Yeah, I love I love reading books, especially the Gaunt's Ghosts and basically anything by Dan Abnett essentially, and the Gaunt's Ghost books like sealed my love for the Imperial Guard, and I fucking love them. That's why I started collecting Imperial Guard, and then I just decided I really wanted a mech army, so I got some Tau.
Well, now this means that you have an army for your Imperial Guard to fight against.
Yes, I mean I always had Space Marines, but benefit of lockdown is he was able to get into Warhammer. The crap thing being that he's yet to even play a game. Oh, have you never played it? Are you only a recent convert to the Warhammer thing? I had an army back in. I started the Space Marines in secondary school, and yeah, I used to play a bit here and there. We went to there's a Games Workshop in Lime Street Station in Liverpool. Not Lime Street Station, Central Station, sorry. And we used to go there and play in little mini tournaments. There was a tank tournament where you just basically brought one tank, and you could fire off the end of the board, and they'd phone up the nearest Games Workshop depending on which direction you fired at, and you'd get a chance to roll to see whether you shot a tank in another shop. I think I blew up a Basilisk in Chester.
Now that's a cool idea.
Yeah, that was fun.
I can honestly say, Beefy, that lockdown, as much as I was always into the Warhammer thing, lockdown actually gave me the opportunity to paint everything.
Yeah, I mean, I kept buying stuff, and I just never got around to painting it because I was always busy doing something else. And we started this paint club in, was it November? We started this?
About that.
Yeah, about November, December, and yeah, it was. This has just been my chance to paint stuff. It's just a really nice chill time on every Monday.
Vast quantities of models.
Yeah.
Which now have their regalia and their colours to them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you were here when we... oh, pardon me. I don't know if you were here when we showed the WhatsApp images where our group has shared. But yeah, it's I've got a fair few Tau models done now. And I think I'd only painted one Tau guy before we started this.
You had painted one Tau guy and half of a guard squad.
Yeah.
Before you started this.
And like half painted the Lehman Russ, which is now complete. Oh man, I'm so happy with how that Lehman Russ turned out now.
Yeah, that scheme actually came together a lot nicer.
Yeah.
After you went, listen, I just can't do it this way, let's do it that way instead.
Oh, hello Mr. Richard. How are you today? Let's give a shout out to Rich. And the links actually work now, which is good.
This is where you do it and the link doesn't work.
It would be Sod's Law, wouldn't it?
Of course, man. Of course.
Where are you on?
Where I'm on.
There we are. He is a very fun streamer. He has a lot of ragey times on Ninja Gaiden at the minute, I think. Is that the game you're playing at the minute? Oh, and Mev's here as well. Oh, let's give a shout out to Mev. Bloody hell, everyone's turning up at once. Did a stream just finish or something? What? Oh, crap. He's doing Mevlin. We've just had been having a...
You son of a bitch.
Nice, relax.
Yeah, we're just having a nice chat with Beefy Kobe. He's a new follower today. He's been sharing some of his creations on Twitter at us, which actually he's shared another one with us. So I'll once I've cleaned my brush, I'll head over to the old Twitter and have a little look.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic conversion work.
Yeah, man, that was fucking cool, man. The Fallout robot, just Gretchen dude. Right, let's go back to Twitter. Whoop. Here we go. Where are we? So let's hit top and then latest. There we go. Some bad moons. Look at this shit. Hit that retweet button there for him. Oh, look at that boy.
Spicy.
Nice. He is having a great time. He's just loving life, having a wag. Ooh, beefy mega knob, is it? I think it's a mega knob, or is that a killer can? Love the light as his head. That's pretty cool. He does like his decker. Nice. That's a definite killer can situation, that. Looks like a Death Dread to me. Oh, it could well be. I do not know my orcs. Snoogliffin is the guy to talk to about orcs.
And Warridge.
Oh, and Ridge.
A glorious orc army of his own.
Oh, look at that orc with a gas mask on. Nice. Sexy boys. I love that guy. That guy is cool. He loves his warg. That's a can though, yeah. Oh, sorry, stretching. Oh.
I was going to say the cans actually fit in quite nicely with the Gretchen army because they have Gretchen inside them.
Yes.
Return back to a lot of the lore that they have a tendency to go and beat up the orcs that used to beat them up when they get turned into killer cans. Much to the Big Mech's, pride. It's sort of like releasing your son out into the world again and then he just beats up all the bullies. He's like, oh, look at him go.
Right. So, Rich and Mev have just turned up. What are you painting, Badger?
Me. I am painting the Wraith Lord from the Eldar, and I'm painting him in the colour scheme of the Siamhan Craft World.
Lovely.
Which, surprisingly enough, is the craft world that is essentially full of jet bikes and not dreadnoughts.
I'm painting an obscene amount of these. These boyos here. Little drones. Which means I'm having a very mind-numbing time which is probably good today because it's been a rough one. I think I've had about 3-4 hours sleep, something like that. But what can you do? Whoop.
Oh.
What's that?
Beefy's talking about getting killer cans for his Grod army.
Oh, nice.
That one wasn't shaken enough.
Definitely should. I need to get a third Lehman Russ. I've got a second Lehman Russ in its box. I need to get a third one of them, and I need to get 2 more broadside battle suits. So I've got like full squads of 3. I also would. I mean, it wouldn't be very useful on the tabletop, but I really want, just because they look cool, a set of 3 basilisks.
I think they did regain them their direct fire.
Oh, did they?
Rule. I think they have.
Oh, cool.
Because it would just be a bit stupid to have a basilisk and then go, oh, you can't actually use it because your board isn't 150 meters long.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That'd make it useful. Might be actually usable now. Right. I think if I get the all the black done on this sprue, and this paint runs out, I'm going to switch the gold and see if I can get something actually stuck together today. That'd be nice.
To be honest, I want to get these bloody things stuck together today.
Mm.
If I can get the body old stuck,
Yeah.
I can start working on the gemstones, which is essentially the last thing that I need to do with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm almost done with all of the other fiddly bits like the guns.
Wonderful. Okay, here we go.
Ah, I didn't paint the end of the gun. Ah, badger.
Rage!
Why you do this to yourself?
Okay, I just read the last comment, and it's Rich saying, "If only I wore ladies' underwear." And I'm just like,
Yes.
"What the fuck? I think I need context for this."
Read the comment above it,
I shall.
because it's essentially one of those like directed advert kind of things.
Rewards on nightwear and lingerie. Oh, you never know. You might know someone who wants some of that stuff. Maybe Badger wants some of that stuff. You never know.
No thanks.
Fun.
I'm a nocturnal creature, but not that kind of nocturnal.
Creature of the night. Oh, god damn it! I'm on the last sprue now as well, which means I'm probably going to just have to paint everything here. No. Well, it is 2021, I suppose. Current year argument. Do. Ah, fuck a duck.
Oh, damn you, laser gun.
Damn you, laser gun!
Oh, well, a bit of touch up here and there, isn't there?
Oh, well, apparently there's a hot offer there in chat. If anyone wants a ball aching thong, Rich is happy to buy one for you for 10% off.
She's got to get a posing pouch, man.
One of them banana hammocks.
Get that manly flex on.
You could definitely pick up a mankini from Ann Summers, man. I'm not sure your streams would get more or less traffic from having a mankini, but
It's the traffic that comes through that's the potential.
oh dear.
It's like, oh no. What have I done?
Ooh, ah. Come on, you little bugger. Whoop. Trying my best not to paint all over everything. You think?
I think I should be good to start actually flagging this boy together properly now.
Super Swift?
I need to find my glue, which is
Yes.
sitting in front of me.
I just need to keep on swimming. Let's get these bloody drones painted. Why?
I've already glued the feet to the base, so sticking the legs together should be good.
I think for sure next week I'm definitely going to be painting the ethereal. Just, you know, because this has been, I mean, it's been a necessary time, but it's not been that interesting to look at.
Yeah. Gotta get all those dudes painted now.
Yeah.
Get all those little miniatures done. Start some gemstones on the back.
Oh, damn it. Eep.
I think these are essentially the easiest things to paint on most eldar things,
Yeah.
because they're already quite protruding nodules on all of their constructs and their guns and God knows what else. Go over them gently.
That was close.
Hmm?
No, sorry, just had to go round a bit of an angle there, and it was a bit close. Nearly painted right over the brown bit. Ooh, I think the paint's starting to give out now. But you know what? I'm on the last sprue. I might as well just paint all of the black bits now.
Just do it, do it, do it now.
Do it now!
Paint the sprue.
Paint it now! Oh man. Oh yeah, Rich, we were just talking about Loop Hero before. I've actually had to make another save file because I didn't want to like play from the I didn't want to play on the save file I did for the stream, like off stream or anything, so I made another one and was playing on it yesterday. I killed the Lich, which is good. So that's a yeah, we just spent a whole load of hours yesterday doing that game. That was fucking fun. Just sat there watching Master Chef on one half of my screen, playing Loop here on the other, letting the video render and then upload. Boom. Right, I think that's super groovy indeed.
Tip these boys.
Oh, second boss is a bastard, is he? I mean, the first boss was a bit of a bastard, but once you got the hang of it, I suppose it was alright. Oh, God. Brain's flagging now.
You can do it.
Yeah. Gonna sleep well tonight, I tell you.
Take a deep swig of that. Oh, I just fucking a bit of the red.
Take a deep swig of that rage. Mmm, tasty.
Fury. No, take a deep swig of your.
Lucas, yeah. Still got like half of that left.
have my mistakes.
Ah. Ooh, pardon me. That was grim.
Pardon.
So yeah, the second boss is much harder, apparently. Can't wait to try that. I reckon that'll be my next few Saturdays Let's Play Saturday games. It was a nice chill time. I do enjoy nice chill times.
Just relaxing.
Yeah. It's like half of my streams are just dead chill and the other half are just me swearing a lot and shouting.
Cursing at
Like goalkeepers and referees.
always.
Yeah. At one point I do need to like carry on some of my other Let's Plays which have sort of been on hold for a bit. Like Doom Eternal needs to be finished. At some point. Also, Grid is a fun game to stream. That needs to be. I mean, I suppose, yeah. I have got a thing of finishing it. Like, I just need a gold medal in every event.
And just hope that you can actually get it.
Yeah.
Because that game is tough.
It is, yeah. Especially
on like getting the higher like tier victories.
Yeah. I've got it on normal mode. And I seem to be getting gold medals quite consistently, which is good. I suppose when you get further into the game it gets a bit harder. Oh. So the second boss is apparently, hang on. Ooh. An angel with 5 regenerating mirrors and 2 knights. Kicks the absolute piss out of you if you're not prepared well. Well, I shall keep that in mind, sir. Okay. Ooh.
God, I hate painting gemstones. It's the same as when I have to paint bottles. It's a very similar, simple method.
Hmm.
But it's just awkward to get it consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a metal plate, I think. Okay, so we need to make this box black. Ooh, ah.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Oh, Daddy's here. Hello, Daddy.
Hello, good sir. Okay, now I'm going to have to essentially take a drink and then I'll fight to get this thing glued together.
Yep.
Because, God damn it.
I wish you well, good sir. I understand it has been a challenging day, but we shan't go into that here.
Things.
Yes,
Stuff and things.
indeed. Today we're all about painting Warhammer and being chilled out.
Drinking beer and smoking cigarettes.
Do I like to party? The answer is yes.
Come on, get in the hold.
That's what she said. Way.
Yeah, knew that was coming.
Yeah. We hang out too much. Actually,
Nonsense.
I don't think we hang out enough anymore. What's this bloody employment thing? Disgusting. How dare us both have conflicting, like, timetables. Yeah.
Don't want to hold this constantly because my hands are jiggling. I
Yeah.
don't think I have anything which can prop it up.
I'm currently propping my sprue up against my chest.
That has nothing. Yeah, but I'm trying to glue things together, not paint it. Please stay. Stay. Good dreadnought.
Who's a good
I know-
dreadnought?
I know
You're
for
a
a-
good dreadnought.
Just gonna fucking fall face first.
Yeah.
And then all the limbs are just gonna scatter. And I'm just gonna be like... I don't want to shake me paint in case I shake the desk. Oh, why?
Okay. Oh, yeah, that needs to go black.
Super tentative.
Yeah.
Luckily, this section is essentially just put dots on things.
Yeah, mine is currently... Oh, pain in the arse is what it is. Why did I agree? Why did I agree to do all of these things in one attempt stream?
Because it's drones, Dave, and you know for a fact that you'll just put them off constantly until you do them.
Oh, I hate this so much.
How dare I show logic?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I play Warhammer so little that, like, I'm not even bothered about, like, the stats of whatever I'm sticking together. I'm literally putting on the thing that looks the coolest. Like, in terms of this missile launcher, this turret, I am putting on the biggest, chunkiest missiles because they look cool.
Oh, that's probably the best one.
Whereas it's probably a case that the slimmer one is probably a lot more accurate and better.
There is a set of rules for it. I mean, you should have gotten those when you were there. When you opened up the box set, there should be like the rules.
Oh yeah, I've got the rules. I haven't bothered to read them. Just sort of.
I think the big chunky box has a limited amount of missiles,
Yeah.
but they like hit harder.
Yeah.
Whereas the little one is just essentially a missile launcher.
Yeah, and it could just fire indefinitely.
Infinite missiles.
Yeah. It's probably better that way, but meh. I like a big chunky thing. It's fine. It's good. It'll probably get blown up in the second round anyway.
Well, the thing is with the turret, they had a special rule where you needed to be like if your squad was stationary, you could deploy them.
Yeah.
But you had to remain within 2 inches of the turret, otherwise it would
Stop working. Yeah.
However, you could deploy as many turrets as you wanted.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Like, let's say first round, you deploy the turret fires off, then you have to reposition, you can move, then you can redeploy the turret somewhere else, the first one blows up.
Yeah. There's Phil making a good point there. That's Warhammer for you. Spend 12 hours painting a model that lasts 2 minutes on the board. Yep.
But I just love it so...
The models are so cool. I love it. Okay.
Honestly, I think my Imperial Guard army started because I bought the Sentinel when it had the new model brought out for it.
Oh yeah.
And the Sentinel that you have was the new model.
Yeah.
So when they brought that out, I was like, oh, give me some of that, please.
Do you know what? This might be controversial, but I don't really like the look of the Sentinel. I've got one, but I just think it looks a bit derivative of Star Wars. And it just looks like a derpy version of that, you know.
Honestly, it is considerably better than the original Sentinel.
Oh, okay.
The original Sentinel looked like a go-kart on legs.
Nice.
It was very chunky and blocky. It had headlamps. It had like little mounted machine gun nest on the top of it, essentially, where the guy would pilot it, and it looked like he just simply pedaled the thing wherever he needed to go instead of like,
Oh yeah, there's Snowglypher giving us a general conversation. My bloodthirster is finished. I shoot 12 last cannons out. Makes 12 D6 saves. You failed 18 of them. It dies.
Yep. Okay. Just curious. I mean, I actually converted this dusty boy down a bit, actually, because he's supposed to have longer legs in between his feet.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I chopped those down a bit.
Hmm. Very nice.
I think Richard will be able to say I don't quite suffer that horrible murder thing on my commanders, because they tend to get down to one wound and then they just flex and all of the bullets and chainsaws bounce off them because they tend to last forever. They don't do anything except bog your units down, but they don't die.
Yeah. I mean, I used to do. My mate, one of my mates, used to have a Tyranid army. Not a Tyranid. He used to have a Tau army. Sorry, painted very similar to what mine is. But basically, because I only had a Space Marine army. I did have a full-size unit of Terminators with a Terminator Librarian as the commander, and my tactic was charge the Terminators directly towards the enemy, and basically either one of two things happens. Either the Terminators survive, and the enemy is destroyed, or the Terminators all die, having drawn all of the fire for a few rounds, and everything else is in range. Usually my Vindicator tank, with its hefty cannon.
It's a big tasty battle cannon, not battle cannon.
Demolisher, yeah, Demolisher cannon. And yeah, at that point that was battle over basically if I could get it up in range. He even once tried to charge a big, hefty set of Kroot at them to try and stall them. Yeah, the Kroot didn't last more than 2 turns. It was glorious. It was a good tactic against Tau. Not sure how well it'd work against other armies, but
I think, honestly, with a lot of the Terminators in the current sort of meta, they've gone back to being very, very niche. So it's difficult to use them.
Okay.
Because they have a tendency to just stall very, very easily if you're not careful.
Okay.
They are probably better in their deep strike role.
Yeah.
Or if you've got them in a big chunky tank. So driving them up to the front is likely better than storming the gates with them.
You see, I used them in exactly the same way as I used the Atlas in MechWarrior Online. It was a, oh, look at me, I'm big and shiny, you want to kill me. And then they never could. Basically just charging. I just face first into the enemy.
No arms left, swinging your big old dong left and right.
Yeah, Terminator Librarian just fireballing cunts. Yeah, that was a good thing.
It was a good day.
Yeah, so I had Manius Calgar leading them at one point, I think. Got that Manius Calgar mod with the double fists, just like, Arr!
I think he actually has a new model.
He probably does. This is like more than 20 years old now.
Yeah.
I'm so old.
I was going to say, he's only just got a new model right when the Indominus stuff came out.
Yeah.
So, I think in the lore, he's actually been given the additional enhancements to be a Primaris.
Oh, nice.
So he's got a slightly chunkier bod.
Chunk
Even
chunk.
though a vast quantity of people think he should just die off.
Right, where's the other things that are going on these drones? Okay, so that's that. Oh no, I've already got the other drone, so I don't need another drone. So this is just one drone, and that's the turret.
Sticking the butthole on it.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm cool. I've got well, I'm not, but you know, I've just got one more splodge of black to go.
You're part of this community. You're totally cool.
If only it were true.
Have you seen some of the additional animations that they're starting to bring out? They actually talked to the Astartes guy.
Oh, hello.
Basically, they went, "Hey, dude, your stuff is bitching. Please make us some more." And I think he's working on something called Exodate.
Nice. Are they actually paying him for it?
Yes, they're working with it now.
Based.
So there should be some additional shiny things coming out from him at some point.
Very nice.
It's
nice. It's nice when stuff like that gets recognised.
The trailers that I've seen have had a Tau.
Nice.
It sort of sits him there in front of his stealth suit.
Yeah.
And after that, you kind of cut out. You see a few of the Space Marine sort of chapter things and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's already looking good.
I can't wait. It's going to be good.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I still haven't watched all of the stuff, so I need to catch up on it.
It's simple enough with the Astartes thing. You
Yeah.
just find all 5 of them in a row. It's about 14 minutes long, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All the black is done. So I've got 2 of the 3 main colours done. Yay. Yay indeed. Oh my god. And breathe. Yeah. Well, I was going to say something before you got out. You went off on your.
Astartes love.
Yeah.
I love
Yes,
that.
that's what it was. Yes, about things getting fan made stuff that gets recognised and basically that they pump money in. Sonic Mania was one of them. Just a small indie team basically saying, "Yeah, we want to make the ultimate sort of love note to Sonic 1, 2, and 3," and they basically made this combo game. And someone from Sega actually they tried it out and
They're like, hey, this is actually good.
yeah, and so we're like, "Hey, come on board, bitches!" And then I don't know if they bought the team, but they certainly basically gave them enough money so that they could do it.
It's like, we can do with talent like you.
Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, here's some news. Have you heard that Epic has bought Mediatonic? Did we already do this last week? I can't remember.
No, we did not do the Epic buying Mediatonic. What we did last week was Microsoft buying ZeniMax.
Ah, yes.
I
So
haven't heard the Mediatonic stuff yet.
yeah, so Mediatonic, the guys who made Fall Guys, that really big success story, have been bought out by Epic Games. Cons.
Oh no.
Yes. So basically, it's going to go the way of
Every other monetized thing in the universe.
yeah, pretty much. It's going to go the way of Rocket League, where it's going to make you sign into a bullshit Epic account before you're allowed to play it. Just going to move this down a bit. Richard says, Badger, you're very quiet. Speak up.
Oh, sorry about that.
I don't know if he actually is, or whether I need to turn him off a bit, but
No, I think I was just mumbling into myself at that point in time.
oh, okay. Yeah, you got a personal assistant there, Paddy.
Oh, it's not a personal assistant.
I think he thinks of it like that.
Yeah, I do apologise if I am a bit quiet. I have been concentrating a bit more on the model rather than the talking.
Hey, don't worry about it. This is what this stream's all about. Just getting the paint done and having a nice chill time. Come on. I've got way too much paint on my brush here. Need to sort of spread it a bit. Ooh. Come on. So yeah, that's happened. Yeah.
We can only hope that it actually turns into something reasonably good. Like they get a bit more exposure, and Epic don't actually fuck around with it like EA usually does when it acquires things.
I mean, Epic are basically going to make it an Epic exclusive game for the PC, essentially. Which sucks for anyone who bought it on Steam.
Well, I don't think they're going to shut down anything that Steam has.
They did with Rocket League.
Really?
Yeah, you can't buy Rocket League on Steam anymore.
Ah, but if you've already got it, can you still play it?
Yes, but you need to sign into an what's his name account, which I don't have.
So it's essentially what they've done with Rainbow Six, where you can buy it on Steam, but it links you through a diet version of the Ubisoft client.
Yeah, although you don't have to download any Epic launcher, and you can just create a bullshit account with your Steam details.
Nice.
So that's at least one consolation that they've given us. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not a fan of studios getting bought out.
The fan if they're like supported properly.
Yeah, they never are.
Don't get supported properly.
Yeah, I mean they get supported properly for a bit, and then when the game that they were bought out for basically runs out of steam, the studio either gets dumped or put onto a project that they're not very good at. You know, like making games that they're not very proficient in making, like BioWare. Being forced to make a live service bollocks instead of making good single-player content, which is what they're known for.
Which is what they're going back to now.
You say that.
Or likely to go back to.
Yeah, for a game probably until everyone pretends to forget about Anthem and.
The horrificness that it did.
Yeah. Like the sheer insane amount of money that basically just got spaffed down the drain on that game. It's ridiculous.
It wasn't helpful, like.
And it's a perfect example of a market making a game. Well, a company making a game that the market didn't want.
Didn't need.
It was trying to force it down its neck with a lot of marketing budget, and it just didn't succeed. And you know why? Because no one wanted it. If something doesn't exist, there's usually a very good reason why. It's like, there's no such thing as a chocolate toaster. Well, let me tell you why.
Behold, I shall make the chocolate toaster.
Yes.
It's like, no.
Come on, Dragon's Den. It's like, I have made a chocolate toaster. Look at it. It doesn't exist yet. I've patented this. I spent lots of money patenting this thing. And then it melts in front of him.
Why did this happen?
Yeah. Why did no one buy the chocolate toaster? It is a mystery. Yeah. Video game executives are fucking retarded. They basically sit in a chair and print money that doesn't exist, and then get tax rebates for doing fuck all. Fun times. Especially when they don't pay any tax to begin with. So they get tax rebates on tax they've never paid.
Yeah, that is always a pain in the arse. to know about.
Yeah, Activision are one of the worst ones. Activision Blizzard. And
Ubisoft are.
yeah. I think Ubisoft are not sober, but yeah, Activision's the big bad from that thing. Right. There's a bit of gold painted there. It ain't tidy, but it'll do for now. Oh, there's a few bits that can be painted gold there. Oh, fucking hell.
Please just stay attached.
Oh, have I just painted on myself? Maybe. Who knows?
Could you, Dave, painting all over yourself?
Certainly could. Ooh.
Really, nearly there. Almost done.
Yeah, well, I'm nowhere near done. This will probably resume in another stream. I think next time I'll switch it up and do the ethereal, but I will have to come back and finish these drones off at some point.
Boys and girls, that is my Wraith Lord.
Oh, sick.
He's a bit bigger than I can actually fit him in the screen, so he's just going to have to sit here for a change. He's a tall boy.
Awesome. Get a picture of that on the group, nice and tall, and we will.
I will get that into the WhatsApp.
Indeed.
Where is it, pink clock? There it is.
Oh. Okay, so that's the. You know what? I've painted all of the bits for the turret, apart from the red bits. So I'm just going to do the red bits, and then I'm going to stick it together, just so I've got something to show for this, for this stream.
You got plenty to show, Dave.
I mean, I've painted a fair amount. There we go.
There's like one or two little scruffy bits that I need to get done.
Alright, let's get that picture up so that we can show the boys and girls.
There's some little tweaks. There's like a set of runes on his back that they're in the little black circle. So
Ooh, look at that.
all I need
Boy
to do
there.
is essentially go over the dry brush.
Oh, yes. Look at that boy there. Sexy eldar. And then the back, you say, you've got some runes. Oh, this bit here, the black,
Yeah, the little black disc in the back of his armour.
Yeah. And you just need to go over that in some sort of metal colour or something.
Yep, I'm going over it in gold. But I also now need to push him back up because I lent him forward and the glue obviously decided that no, I didn't want to be sticky today.
Oh man, right.
So I'm going to have to just hold on to one for a while.
Yeah. Shake, 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 shake.
There we go.
No, I'm going to get a smaller brush for this. You will do.
And what I can do is I can add a bit of glue into his ankle joints and leave him resting up against something else.
Yeah.
But that is my dirty boy, my Wraith Lord.
Very nice. Excellent stuff.
I still have so much to paint.
Same. Alright, just need to get the missile tips done and then see if I can find... I'm annoyed because the drones don't really have anywhere where you can really put any accent colours on.
No, not particularly. You've kind of got the edge of the disc for the top of them.
Yeah, but that's where I put the black, and the red accents where it's one of the things that I really like about the colour scheme I got.
Let's have a look. I'm trying to remember how I did my I see. I didn't have any of like the outstanding accents. Other than like obviously my Tau color scheme is gold and like this.
Yeah, the turquoisey colour.
This Nurgling green actually. It's like a very very pale sort of green color.
Yeah, I'm still not sure how I feel about that green. I don't know why. It just it kind of it does my head in a bit.
Well, it's because most of the other Tau colors are very very earthy,
Yeah.
and that's not at all earthy.
No, it's almost as if it's like Tau have gone chaos. Almost. Oh man, I've sort of inadvertently dry brushed red on the around the missile nipples,
Oh yeah.
and so it sort of looks like it's the missiles are bleeding, which is a weird effect to have, but not what I was going for at all.
Just have a little bit of touch up.
Yeah. Right now, is there anywhere I can put an accent on? Oh, it's annoying. Can't see anywhere really. Maybe that actually, that's not a bad little plan.
Quite an open choice with this Wraithhold.
Hmm.
Because when looking through the instruction manual, you can he technically he's supposed to come with a shoulder gun
Yeah.
and 2 catapults on his arms.
Yeah.
But I switched out the catapults for flamethrowers,
Ooh.
and then I gave him 2 guns on his shoulders. But you can also give him a sword as well. So if you want to go whole hog,
Nice.
there's plenty of things you can do with it.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all the paint I've got for like first sort of basing of the turret. So I think turret is ready to be stuck together. So then at least I've got something to show at the end of the stream. Otherwise, I would literally be here all night, and as chilled as that would be, I don't think the audience would stick around for it.
Who knows? They might enjoy the relaxed pace of things.
Maybe. God, I can't understand how people do like the 24-hour streams, like the charity ones.
Because they're all doped up on energy drinks and have actually had a nice sleep pattern for a while. And then they're okay, let's do this.
What's one of them? Well,
The thing is, when it comes to those big charity streams, they do actually have like regular sort of like breaks
yeah,
between to like grab stuff and
that's just cheating, man.
they have everything planned, so they have millions of snacks and
Yeah.
food already done and regular bog breaks.
Fuck. Okay, I need to put my paint somewhere. I'm going to get the glue out now, and then I'm going to have exactly the same problem, just the other way around. The paints need to go back, because I've just put them on the sprue that I need to get.
You need to get yourself a set of clippers as well, dude.
Yeah, I've got one of them here. In fact, it's right underneath my my phone. So it's moved me. Oh, fucking hell. Oh my god. It's what my phone was resting on, and now my phone's falling.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's alright, it's fine. Okay.
I'm hopefully waiting for this to actually stuck. I don't want them to just randomly fall over.
Yeah.
As much as they're really, really nice model, it is.
Yeah.
It's essentially balanced on 2 tiny balls.
Balls!
Which is not really that friendly.
Okay, clippy, clippy, clippy. Oh, I've just seen a place where I can potentially do a highlight once it's off. Nice. Clip. Come on. Clip. Clip. Don't know why I have to say the word clip when I clip, but
It's one of those therapeutic brain things.
yeah.
Snippy, snippy, snippy.
Okay, that's that there. Over a bit of the base. Buttery biscuit base.
The bonus to this
Mm-hmm.
is technically I can go out of my way and save some of the guns that I didn't use on the Dreadnought and use them on the War Walker that I have. Because they are identical weapons.
Wonderful.
Which means I can pair up some of the guns.
Right, so there's your turret bits there. Oh no, I didn't. Hopefully it won't work, it won't matter. The instructions for the turret are on the other side of this page. There we go. Oh, apparently it comes with a base, so I need to find the base.
Yes, you'll be looking for one of your
Big fat black ones.
chunky black bases.
Eep.
Yeah, I think they're 32 mil.
So have a look. Oh yeah, I've got two 32mm ones.
One will be for your ethereal.
Yeah, one will be for the ethereal. And one of them will be for this. Keep. That can go there. Right, so glue. Glue, glue, glue.
Do have some extra things to stick to this Dreadnought, but I'm going to wait until they properly dry before I do that.
This glue is seized. Oh my god, am I going to get this glue open? No, ow, that's a bad idea. Come on. Oh no.
Has it?
It's
Has it?
it's glued
Is it,
it's glued itself shut. It's dipped its teeth in then. Maybe I won't be gluing anything together. Come on. Just destroy it with... Oh, sorry, Bear. Did I make a banging noise and it woke you up? Oh no. I don't know how to do this now. No, it's so stupid. I was about to put this end in my mouth and it was going to burst in my face.
essentially just glue with your face?
It's not a bad plan for some things. I'm going to have to go out and buy more glue, I think. Genuinely can't get this one open. Oh well.
All your plans, all your schemes.
I'd best not cut anything else off the sprue then, eh? Because I'll lose something then. Oh well. Here is all of the sprues upon which I have painted some bits from.
It'll be exactly like you had when you did your second battle suit, where you had it all painted up and ready, and then the next time round you did.
Yeah. Oh, Mev, thank you so much for being here, Mev. I mean, yeah, that's all we got. I think that's where we should probably call it. We've ran a bit over today, haven't we?
We have by about 15 minutes.
15
minutes over the usual. But
well,
that's okay.
It is. It has. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pause that. I'm going to shove the credit music on.
Get the groove on that.
Yeah, get the camera on my face. There we go. So thank you so much to everyone who's been here. I've been painting some of these boys. Hopefully in a couple of streams we'll have like 7 of these and a turret done. The turret's sort of mostly, and I've cut the main bit of it out, but I can't glue it, so.
And I have painted this fine fellow here.
Yeah. Thank you once again to Beefy Kobe for for the follow and all of your sharing glory. Those were fucking cool models, man. Do come again. We do this every Monday at 6:30 in the PM GMT. On Wednesday, myself and possibly Rich, maybe Daddy, maybe Mev. I don't know how everyone's feeling, how everyone's up. But we do a multiplayer stream every Wednesday at 7. And just look at my schedule for the other stuff. You can check out this video and all the other videos on a YouTube channel. It's Bulamatari on YouTube. I don't have a fancy URL. You can follow me at Twitter at the Bulamatari, on Instagram at Bulamatari Live, and if you want to support the show, you can chuck us a quid on Patreon. Mr. Badger, I'll give you a shout out.
Yes.
And you can tell the ladies and gentlemen what you do.
Yeah, you can join me on Thursdays at 12 PM GMT time for my own paint stream. It is more than just the Warhammer 40k. I have a lot of additional things like Zombicide, Arcadia Quest, Dark Souls, one called Claustrophobia, and I'm currently painting my Resident Evil 2 box set on that time zone. So join me if you feel like seeing something a little different to what you see here.
Yep. There's a shout out. The link is in the chat. So, yeah. Thanks so much everyone who's been here. We'll see you next time.
Toodles.